Hello, I'm Scott Cam, and here are tonight's top stories. The block went into meltdown yesterday as allegations arose over Susie and Bonnie's painting.
I saw a male figure with no females inside.
Andrew and Whitney had previously alleged they had material containing evidence of Ronnie de Plaster painting for the girls. And in other news, some little people brought a big smile to Susie with their arrival to the block. Stay with us tonight as the drama of the paint scandal continues.
Honestly, I'm so spent, I don't have the time to worry about like that.
And yet another body corporate meeting continues to fracture relationships.
Oh! What a headache that was. You're killing me!
To get the morning stories, we'll now cross live to the block with our field correspondent, Kingy.
Don't move. Let's move.
Wakey, wakey, hands off Snakey.
Oh, good morning.
It's tough actually doing the wake up calls, isn't it? First off the bat, no one really wants to cooperate. Come on, mate, pull this blanket down. You know, they ain't tired, obviously. I think when you ask the questions like I asked, it wakes them up pretty quick. What's going to happen today? Like lentils? I'm here to ask the hard questions, Ebbs. Where is your husband at the moment?
The famous King Stefanovic.
King Stovic.
King Stovic.
It's not an easy job, mate, but someone's got to do it.
If that's all right. I'm not really ready to open my eyes yet. So. And that's
I got a cramp in my... Oh. That a cramp in my cup.
It's the best telly you're going to get on morning television.
Oh.
It's a pleasure to meet you, really.
As you were, mate.
Can't believe it. Do you know who that was? King Stefanovic. Amazing.
Signing off on Wednesday, 8, 7:45 p.m. This is the last time I do this again.
This week, our couples have to deliver their final rooms for the series, their outdoor terraces and their redo rooms.
Look at you on the tiles.
You know, bit of a blast from the past. What you got in?
Got your Swiss shake.
What is this one?
Banana, chia seeds, lots of powders to pep you up.
Up in the penthouse, Dean and Shay are thinking outside the box when it comes to their terrace design.
So with our terrace this week, we're hoping to, get more of that greenery into the apartment. You know, we went with that in the kitchen with our herb wall, and hopefully this week we can have another vertical garden. We want to make sure there's certainly an entertainer space. We want to make sure there's lots of seating and things like that out there.
And to set them apart, they've decided on a unique tiling layout.
We've got a really nice dark grey tile, which we're going to lay in a herringbone format, and then we're going to grout it with black grout. In the penthouse, we need something different, and fingers crossed nobody else has thought about laying their tiles in a herringbone pattern.
Downstairs, neighbours Luke and Ebony are also doing some innovative thinking of their own. They're hoping for a versatile outdoor terrace area, movable greenery, and Luke's custom-designed daybed and bar to cover all bases.
We wanted to always create like a daybed out here, so Eb and I aren't actually putting a table and chairs on this space. We want to try and keep the space nice and open for parties and entertaining. Coming into the terrace week, Eb and I had discussed, our plans, our vision for that space, and we were just trying to keep it quite simple, movable. So then when you walk out, it'll look like a bar. Because the wall's on the angle, where that sticks out, there's going to be a door in there. Of course, tee it back up, put the lid on, and then what happens is that the people can come out, can actually sit bar stools there, and it becomes a bar as well. It'll have, with a fine timber, a nice cladding sort of line running through, like a timber top as well. And they're like corsetines. They just lift the top, pull the daybed out, so they can use that as a seat to look out towards the city, and then you can have two people laying down with a backrest. and then all the cushions and everything tucked back in the back. You know, it's a great idea. I think it's a winning idea.
Yep, sounds really simple. Down on level 3, Susie has spent the night off-site with her kids, leaving Vonnie to manage the build and the trades all on her own.
Do you know if Andrew spoke to you yesterday about lights?
No,
all these downlights?
We tried ringing him and messaging him to find out about when the plaster was going up, and he didn't return any of our calls.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, nah, it's not your fault.
Yeah, I feel like he's been a little bit absent. I'm feeling a little bit lost. We've got to finish the whole apartment because the block finishes at the end of this week. And I think everybody keeps thinking, oh, it's a TV show, you know, like, oh, they'll just give us an extra few weeks. No, the end of the block is this week. So, yes, there is definitely an urgency. And yes, because everyone's so tired, everyone is moving slowly. And things aren't being done the way that they were being done in week 1 and 2.
Puddle flanges haven't been waterproofed, and our tiler needs to start tomorrow, so...
It's like pulling from the depths, like, at the moment, and to keep going. I'm honestly spent today. I'm so tired, but you've got to keep going. I'm sure everyone's feeling the same.
Across town, Ebony's picking up terrace supplies at Mitre 10 while licking her wounds from yesterday's drama.
I've just been racking my brains about it all night.
Yesterday's paint scandal saw Susie and Vonnie in the firing line with an allegation that one of their trades was painting for them. A serious no-no on the block.
Andrew has a picture of someone painting in the girls' room. It's not fair that people can cheat and get away with it.
Get him to send it to you. I want to have a look at it right now. So quickly, while I've got you, there's a lot of discussion about supposedly a video that's going around.
Oh, right.
That's why I thought give you the heads up.
Seems as though Eb's dropped somebody in it for circulating a story about painting or something.
Funny.
Haven't they got other better things to do?
No.
Oh.
You and Ebony need to pull your heads in and stop being gossip mongers behind everyone's backs.
Yesterday was... I stuffed up. I should have just left it and let it play out. But I just was, you know, so worried it would become this saga. And in the meantime of me trying to avoid a saga, I've created it. I'm just disappointed.
What did Luke say?
Oh, Luke's fine. He's got my back. And he said if it was me, I would have done the same thing. I feel really bad about it because I hope it didn't stir up too much yesterday. But they're all happy, they're all fine.
Actually, Eb, they're not. After yesterday's rumour mill hitting overdrive, Whitney has finally decided to confront Vonnie over the painting allegation.
So what it was, like what Ebony said, Andrew, our artist lives down there, and he saw everyone working away and he took a picture and, yeah, saw everyone working away and, yeah, it's...
I don't have the time to spend on any of that useless stuff. I really don't.
Yeah.
There's so much going on here, which I'm sure there is on your floor. My head's about to explode.
Yeah.
I really, as I said to Ebony, I really...
Can't bothered. It was kind of like he took the picture and, yeah, and we zoomed in a little bit. We thought we saw something, but then we were like, you know, he could be, it's just troweling.
There's no way he would even have time to have picked up a paintbrush.
Yeah.
Because we had him working tooth and nail in there, trying to get that plastering done.
And all he said...
friggin' painting job.
Well, I believe in karma, so, you know, at least we can walk away from this competition with our heads held high. We know that we did it properly. We're playing the game fair, and that's all that matters.
Honestly, I'm so spent, I don't have the time to worry about like that.
Me too.
If somebody is panning in and trying to catch us out doing something, I want to know who it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, it keeps encroaching on what I'm doing here because I keep getting stopped to be asked about it or how I feel about it, but I really couldn't care less about it, to be honest. Just want to get on with the job.
Please, Ebony, don't tell the girls. Don't upset them. I want to be their friend. No, but I'm going to tell them because I want to upset everyone.
It's the final reveal week on the block, And in less than 4 days' time, our blockheads have to deliver their terraces for judging.
Morning, Gooch. About this week, I actually feel very confident. I think we're now into week 9 and we know how these things kind of work, and I think we've had the confidence and motivation boost from having a win last week.
Oh my God! Oh! Whitney and Andy! This week, Melbourne couple Andrew and Whitney are planning a contemporary finish for their terrace delivery.
Push it!
And to make the most of this outdoor living space, they're incorporating a built-in food prep area with a freestanding barbecue, TV and a fish pond.
I picked out the duck's nuts of barbecues, and I got the old Turbo Elite from the guys at Barbecues Galore.
Giving birth to a barbecue.
Tell you what, this is the latest in barbecues, in heating technology. It's running off an LPG gas bottle because that gives a more consistent and higher heat than natural gas. We've also got a wok burner, a drawer. Now that's a barbecue.
Really?
Yeah. It's the duck's nuts.
Cool.
It's got 4 knobs, 4 grills.
Plus this knob.
And
upstairs, neighbours Susie and Vonnie are also planning a modern feel in their terrace delivery, upping the stakes with an inbuilt marble kitchen area. And instead of blinging it up, these cash-strapped girls are opting for a more zen approach with an outdoor water feature.
It's got a laser light in the middle. So at night time, the water, the laser pops up and just onto the ceiling, which would be beautiful, and the light, it shines all through the light.
Hey, mate.
One thing that isn't keeping with the zen theme is a dirty big drain pipe in the corner of their terrace.
I want to know what's going on with these downpipes here because they're a bit of an eyesore.
They are.
And we've got seating along here and we've got a feature here with a big dirty pipe beside the feature.
Well, funny you mention that. Keith and I just got to ask a question from Luke.
Okay.
Can he box it in?
That's what we want to do.
Unit 5's asked that question.
Okay.
And the ruling is, I think, is if everyone does the same thing, we can do it.
Uniform.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it might be up to either yourself or Luke or someone to get everyone together
Okay.
and come up with a solution. You know, if all 4 of you want it and one person doesn't, you can't do it.
Right.
Upstairs in the penthouse, Shay is also questioning the downpipes.
That's not all right. We can't stay like that. We're trying to work out what we're going to do with the exposed downpipes. A few people have been sort of running around. I've been running around. CSR have been great. They've come on board and said that they'll give us the product so that we can clad the downpipes. However, there's a few logistical issues and it's a little bit difficult to get in there because of the way that the grate for the drain goes across. So I think the best option for us is to paint it, and Kingy sort of said to us that all the other downpipes are going to be painted black on the building. So I think at the end of the day, to get the best look and cost-wise, it's best for us to leave them exposed and just paint them.
And although Shay wants to keep the pipes as they are, Vonnie and Andrew have other ideas.
Do you prefer to have that boxed in?
yeah, bulked out.
So
Yeah.
you agree?
Yeah.
So we don't want to leave a PVC pipe. That looks terrible.
Yeah, it looks woeful.
So you guys on board?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're on board?
Yeah, well, it's a no-brainer, really. So
It is. As long as we're all in uniform and we can agree on it as a team, then they're happy for us to go ahead.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So once we get an agreement, we'll then let the contestants, carpenters, frame out for the material being used, which is the CSR cladding, and then hopefully they all agree and we can install this CSR cladding to hide these pipes.
Like you've got this beautiful apartment and you've got a PVC pipe.
Get a PVC.
Yeah, no, definitely not happening.
What colour are we going to paint them? Black.
I've just been to all the levels and everyone agrees that we want to box it in.
Okay. It's just not practical in the time frame. I've got a lot to do.
I think we're all in agreement, as long as you're in agreement too.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
And then everyone... Kingy, what do you reckon? Should we have a meeting with everyone?
Oh, meetings. Meetings take forever.
So does this going up and down the stairs to every level?
Oh, god damn these body corporate meetings. Yeah, well,
and then people going, oh, well, someone said this, and then Bonnie didn't even come up here and talk to us.
Trying to make a decision in this group is like pulling teeth.
I'm with her.
So here's where we stand. Levels 1 and 5 want the pipes exposed, leaving levels 2, 3 and 4 wanting to box them in. Coming up, the pressures of the block becomes all too much for Bonnie.
It's tested all my boundaries and strengths and weaknesses, and it's definitely been a wild ride.
And later, the blockheads struggle to make a decision when it comes to the downpipes.
So where are we at, guys? Is it unanimous one way or the other, or
Not really.
conjecture?
I think I'd prefer to box them in.
I would like them exposed.
This week, not only do our couples have to deliver their terraces for judging, but also their redo rooms allocated to them by the judges.
Each team will get $10,000 to fix up the room and deliver it next Sunday.
Wow.
Kingy and Caro, living room.
And for a cashed-up Kingy and Caro, their living room failed to hit the right note with the judges.
It's very dark. Very.
Well, it's just not the way I was expecting. The action's there. The whole building is about the view and the city and...
We want to connect to what's happening outside the building.
We agree with the judges that obviously we didn't take into account the views that we have from our living room. As much as we didn't want to change the couch, I think we had to.
Yeah.
And with only a couch to change, how hard can this redo week really be?
What are you doing, Kingy?
Getting our furniture out. Duh. We'll just take these down to keep him happy. Okay, so the guys said they'll be here at 2:30, but they ended up rocking up at 1, and we were ill-prepared. So we ran down their little cushions that come off the couch just to keep them happy, and then we said we'll be right back down with the rest of the couch. Okay, we've got two options. We go see the crane driver, and we try and get it out onto that thing there and bring it down. Otherwise, we've got to go through our living, through our master, out the master, back along here, and then down the alley back. Try to get the crane was busy. Plan B.
So what's the plan of attack, Kingy?
Look, our team, we think on the fly, mate. We don't really need a plan of attack. We just, we're ad-lib builders, and we make it up as we go along. Oh, perfect. Too easy. I knew it would work. Sit. Up. Good work, mate. It's the wrong colour.
It's mustard.
You liked it, eh? I liked it too. But judges didn't like it, so...
Not much to do. Change a couch in a living room and make it face the view. How hard's that?
The other side, the other side. The other side. Oh!
Now that the heavy lifting is out of the way, Moneybags Caro has hit the road to find those all-important styling items for the living room.
Hi, how are you going? I'm Caroline.
Alexandra, nice to meet you.
Back again. I'm chasing a sort of a little armchair to go in my living room. So sort of like this. So I wanted something simple like this because my couch is very sort of out there.
Yeah, okay.
I like this. This is more of like a reading chair, which is sort of what I was looking for. Oh my God, that feels like a poodle.
Like my dog.
It's like a dog.
Like my dog.
I didn't think it was going to be that soft.
It is very, very soft.
Settle down, boy. Settle down. Oh, and you got another little shih tzu over here.
Yeah, different colour.
Just cruise around like one of those dogs under your arm. I like them. I'll just buy 2 pillows. Got myself a little puppy pillow and it's going to be a hit with the kids. All the kids will love to play with the puppy, and got myself a new chair for that orchid little wing in the living area, so the judges can sit there and they can pat the puppy and look at the view.
Back at the block, Bonnie's day has gone from bad to worse. Not only is she flat stick managing trades, a blowout with the schedule has meant she can't fly home to see her daughter.
Over the last couple of weeks, there's just so much to do on the block, and it's rarely any time, let alone for yourself, to have your children or partner or any of your family around. So for a couple of weeks I'd been trying to plan it, but it just wasn't working into the daily routine and schedule, and I had told Liliana I was getting her down here, and I felt like I was letting her down. You know, you don't want to say to your daughter, sorry, darling, I know Mummy said that you were coming down, but Mummy's very busy. Because to a 6-year-old, you know, they understand their parents are busy, but it's another thing to tell them that you can't see them. That's rough.
One more bite to me. One more? Okay. See ya. I'll talk to you soon, okay? See ya, honey. Bye. See you soon.
Nice seeing Susie with the kids yesterday. Yeah, of course. It is. It's hard.
It's so good to see them.
And it's surreal seeing them here on the block, where you don't normally see children or, you know, family or friends. So, yeah, it was such a good little catch-up.
Sorry.
One more.
I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get home. I can't actually foresee it. I don't really want to let her down anymore. You don't give 3 months of your life being on the block to not be doing it for your family. It's great fun, but it's tested all my boundaries and strengths and weaknesses, and it's definitely been a wild ride. But I did this really just to create a better life for my family. That's the true intention of why I'm here, and so Liliana can be proud of her mummy.
Final week on the block. Not only do our couples have to deliver their terraces for judging, but also their redo rooms.
Just when you think that you've got a little bit of a break and you're just going to do the terrace, no, you have to finish the living room as well.
Newcastle couple Dean and Shay made an earlier decision to swap the living and kitchen areas, and they were out of sync with the block's steel schedule. This resulted in them failing to deliver their living room.
It's a disaster.
It's a joke.
Oh. Is this one of those cases of, you know, change the plans at your peril?
Do you think?
Yeah.
After copping a hammering from the judges, they're now using the $10,000 redo budget to complete the room. And with their carpet court window treatment console all done and dusted, now all that's left to do is to finish the plastering.
There's still a lot to cover in only a few more days. Like, essentially, I know there are people who are enjoying their final week on the block, King and Caro, because all they're doing is changing a lounge. However, we are doing a living room and a terrace and finishing our hallway. So, because we're unorganised, we're paying the price.
Downstairs, instead of using the lift, Dean wants to play with the big boys' toys, using the crane to deliver his plasterboard to the penthouse.
Had our plasterboard sheets delivered, and the crane drivers organised to get the pallet that we lift up the plasterboard sheets on over to the road, just about to move a vehicle, so they could actually drop them on with the forklift. And literally, as we're about to drop them down onto the pallet, one of the boys from Langs pulled the pin on the lift and said, you know, I'm going to lift steel, it's more important than what I'm doing and whatnot. So I voiced my opinion back in his direction.
Demo! Oi! the pay with that? I've spent 45 minutes down here trying to organise it, and then you come, I'm just about to do it right now, and then you pull the pin. So what's the go?
Please don't take the crane away.
So it's over there ready to go, and then you're wasting all the time bringing it back over. You're going to take it back off so you can lift this up. What a joke.
No, we need steel.
Yeah.
Hey, calm down. We need steel. We need steel.
I've been here for 45 minutes. Yeah, but I had it all organised, ready to go. I've had the keys in my hand. Moving that down.
Oh, you can lift it up
Yeah.
with a belly button.
I'm not very proud of that, you know, having a bit of a stoush with one of the boys from Lang.
Yeah, it's not at you, it's just a situation.
All right?
Yeah, it's not at you.
I'll get it up as soon as I can.
What a dangerous lost it.
I heard about the altercation along the grapevine. He didn't seem too cranky when I came upstairs, so I just avoided talking about it.
After taking a chill pill, Dina's resorted to using the lift to carry up this plasterboard after all.
It's not your crane, whose is it?
It's the blocks crane. It's this guy's crane.
Get off my crane.
Those cheeks there, mate. Pick him up. Oh, jeez.
Love us again.
Love us again.
We're pulling out the carpet because we need new carpet.
For Victorians Andrew and Whitney, their redo room is their master bedroom, which failed to leave the right impression on the judges back in week 3.
Whoa! Bugger! Don't you hate that when you go, right, I'm going to put all my time and energy into building something that's really cool, it's going to impress the judges, we're going to score really well, and bugger, we don't have enough time to finish the ceiling or paint the plasterwork.
But what a shame
Yeah.
that they had this big idea that they haven't been able to finish, because I reckon this would have been really cool.
New carpet, new plastering, sand the amazing bed, oil the amazing bed. Also, this has to be sanded and oiled, this little bench here, and then I'm picking up the furniture that is safely tucked away at Mark Tucky, and yeah, going to redo the room and make it all beautiful.
But before that happens, Whitney has to get Andrew on board with the plans for the room.
Where would you like me to start?
I'd like you to start in one of the tool rooms.
Tool room? Oh.
Yeah, they're horrible. So, but once we get a little bit out of there, it's going to be a lot better. Okay?
Is this a plan, Whitney?
Are you dawdling, Andrew?
What?
Are you dawdling?
No, I'm not. Have you written a plan?
I just told you the plan. What, have you forgotten already?
Mate, you need it written down, mate.
Do you need a plan to clean? Okay, so can you and Paul please get the carpet out and put it in the bin?
Yeah, well, we can put a bin just there and chuck it straight in. I'll go get the bin.
No, stop. That's double handling. The bin's downstairs and this is really big, so you just take it all down in the lift and chuck it in the bin.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks. Did you want me to do that?
Yeah. Oh, you're good at pushing.
What a weakling. It's not hard, you just pick it up and then you take it down the lift.
Why the haven't you done it then if it's not hard?
I just pulled this all up by myself.
Oh, look.
I've got to clean out the walk-in robe.
Okay, well, why couldn't you do that half an hour ago rather than
Because I
getting
was
on?
pulling up the carpet.
Nah, bull. You just ask us to do it. Mate, don't get a missus, mate.
Wow.
In only 4 days' time, our blockheads will have to finish their apartments ready for auction day.
It makes you feel better, Dave.
And with the end of the block drawing near, feelings are mixed amongst the couples.
Okay, we should be cleaning.
Yeah, so by the end of this week, our apartment will be finished and we're going home.
Can't wait to go home.
Can't wait to go home.
I actually just can't believe we're at this point. I felt like it was going really slow and it was sort of relentless, and then all of a sudden,
we're there.
Done.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was excited. I'm more a little bit sad because of all of the bonds that you make with, you know, people in the competition, just everyone. So obviously it's going to be exciting to go on a holiday after this, not going to lie.
But for Gold Coast girls Susie and Vonnie, their eyes are firmly on auction day. They spent part of yesterday at a photo shoot for their marketing campaign. They've taken the time to meet with their real estate agents and one of Melbourne's best buyers advocates, Greville, to talk strategy.
It's been really good to get them both together as well. And the reason for that is because to hear both their opinions on where we're at and whether they think there's anything we need to add, subtract.
Before you guys do vacate the premises, we're going to get a team of my valuers through the property just to get some really clear indication on price.
Talked about a few things, but principally about how the marketing was going.
If you just want to look at that, Greville, that's the sort of marketing brochure that we'll be using, slightly bigger. It will have a location map as well. It will put some of these lifestyle photos as well.
How good does that look?
I love that.
Wow.
We really want to sort of feature the girls' personality in this brochure. So we've got them, you know, they're both really fit and really sporty. So we've got them walking through the park. You know, we want to really focus on them as personalities and what they're building in the block and their design.
I like this because buyers do follow personalities, and they did. That was shown in the last series.
I think Susie and I got a lot of personality. So, with Greville having made that comment, it actually makes us feel even more confident. I mean, look, some people are going to love us, and some people are not going to love us.
It's going to appeal to a lot of people. You've got the location, the boutique development, you know, the views. Really, it's a smorgasbord of people, of buyers.
360 views, all the way around. It's incredible to be able to walk around that on the terrace and be able to see that.
All the way around.
It's incredible. Oh, that was really
good. Across town from Coburg, Luke has wasted no time in getting ahead with his custom-built daybed.
Today I've come out and met Craig at his showroom, Connolly's showroom. Last week we had great comments on our table, and that was a one-of-a-kind piece that these guys made for us. So again, Craig's helping us out, making something that you can't just purchase off a shelf, you know. This is a one-of-a-kind item. So what's going to happen is, this is, like I said, just a box section. We're going to put a door on this end, and then the chairs, because this becomes like a bar as well, and then we have to build the daybed to this box section. Don't want to use the chairs or the stools, they just tuck back in here and hide.
Hang on a minute. Let's not go through this again.
It's going to be smicko.
Back at the block, after struggling to come to a decision about the downpipes this morning, Shay has called yet another body corporate meeting in the hopes of getting a final answer on whether to box them in or paint them black. Building regulations specify that the block must be uniform, which means the decision to box or paint needs to be a unanimous decision. With Luke off-site, he's phoning it in. Vonnie is also off-site shopping at Aldi.
The gas pizza oven. That's a good investment for the terrace.
But she's sending in teammate Susie with her vote to box in the pipes.
So thanks for coming down. So we need to talk about the downpipes because everyone's running up and down the levels. No one knows what's going on. We all need to make the same decision. So if we talk about it now, and Keith and Dan can have a chat to us and we can just work it out and all agree.
We knew that it would look good either way. We knew that it would look good whether it was painted or whether it was boxed in. It was just, you know, I guess, time factor.
So the whole idea, I think, was that this morning I was away, but I've come back to find out that people wanted this boxed in. Is that right?
Yeah. So I think some people wanted to cover it up.
Yeah.
And CSR were nice enough to say that they would give us the product if we want to box it in. We have to do it ourselves though, because obviously they're under the pump to do everybody's floors.
And
so
do they do the cladding, boxing?
No, so we have to frame up and clad it. But they'd show us how to do it, but we'd have to get our builders to do it for us.
Well, I think if CSR are kind enough to do the cladding for us, if we just paint. Yeah, I think I'll go red, or will I go pink on my nails?
Susie's way with the fairies.
What do you think?
Susie, back to Earth.
What are you talking about? What meeting?
Meeting.
Oh, okay.
No, so what's going to happen is we would have to frame around the downpipes.
On us?
And on us, so we have to pay for it. And we would also have to install the cladding just on the downpipe. So we would have to do all of that ourselves.
Okay.
So they'll supply the product?
Yeah.
But we have to do it. We'll have to pay our builders
I think
to
it's
do
a time frame issue. We haven't got much time, have we? To be able to do things like that.
Yeah.
It'll probably take half a day for your carpenters to do it.
What do you want to do, Kingy? So you don't care?
Well, I do care because it's a money issue. I
Yeah.
think I'd rather paint them personally.
Yep.
Maybe we could all actually all chip in for the paint too, because it wouldn't take much paint.
Well, what do you think?
I would like them exposed.
Exposed?
Yep.
Weird.
I am cool with anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luke, what do you want to do?
I want to box them in, mate, if possible.
You want to box them in?
Yeah. But if everybody's in agreement to have them exposed...
Where are we at, guys? Is it unanimous one way or the other, or
Not really.
conjecture?
I think I'd prefer to box them in.
So it's 3 versus 2.
But it has to be unanimous one way or the other.
Downstairs on the block, a body corporate meeting is underway to discuss whether to box in the downpipes on the terraces or leave them exposed. The decision has to be unanimous to go ahead, and it's a discussion that's going round in circles.
So 3 people don't want it and 2 do want it.
What do you want? I don't know. You don't know.
It's not that I don't want it. I'm just
can't
thinking it's a
afford it.
time frame because we're already behind, and it's money. And also there are other exposed pipes on the building already.
Yeah, just not inside our terrace, that's all.
Where are they?
All on the
other balcony. All the other balconies.
All the other balconies.
Same detail.
So they're going to be exposed when it's all done?
Yeah.
Painted.
I think it's...
I'm fine then.
Luke, did you hear that? So on the wraparound terraces, there's all exposed downpipes there, and they're just going to be painted black. So essentially it's going to look the same as the other wraparound terraces.
Oh, mate, it's quicker and easier than just for us to paint them.
Lovely. Done. Thanks, Lukey.
We're painting them, yeah?
Yeah.
There we go.
So they're going to be painted black. Hang on, they're going to
They're going to be black. Only took 4 days.
And we all came up with the decision that we would just paint them black because all the other downpipes on the wraparound terraces are all black. So we went with that. Decision made within 10 minutes.
Mate, they're going to be black. Bang! What a headache that was. I've got a sore brain from thinking about all that.
So can you enlighten me how the discussion went down about the downpipes?
I'll enlighten you.
I mean, yeah. I'm intrigued. What did you say?
They asked me, what do you want to do about the pipe? And I said, I don't really care.
Ah! You're killing me!
You said that you wouldn't get angry.
I'm not angry. I'm ropeable. Disappointed in them and you, Whitney. I sent in the UN, Whitney, to deal with Vladimir Putin, and I came back with black downpipes as opposed to bulking out and looking nice and elegant.
Oh, there was just so many things happening.
Anywhere down there.
Having spent an hour this morning running up and down the scaff trying to get everyone to agree, Bonnie has come back to a verdict she didn't expect.
So it came down to cost and time.
Right.
So everyone has decided they're going to have black downpipes.
Oh, that'll look a treat. Yeah, okay. I disagree with that, but that's what everyone's agreed to, is it?
Well, if you want to go and talk to them...
That was a waste of time and effort this morning. I just organised all this morning, went to every level, made sure that everybody was fine with having it boxed in, went to the trouble of talking to Dan and Keith, did all of that, and now everyone's gone, yeah, no, we're going to have that. Just waste of time.
Not satisfied with Susie's version of events, Bonnie is off to get the scoop from Keith.
What's the go?
Well-
It's wasted like friggin' a whole like.
Well, I know, but it's a matter of... Well, Susie said she couldn't afford to do it.
Well, so that's the only reason why we're not doing it? That can't be the only reason. She said everybody else wanted to do.
Well, yeah, but I think that, to be honest with you, I think Susie was the instigator in not doing it. Like, the meeting happened down there. Straight away it was raised, what are we going to do? We're going to do it, or we're not going to do it. And Susie said, well, we can't really afford to do it.
Yeah, well, that's not what I just heard.
From who?
From Susie.
Well, I can tell you what, there was a lot of people there. I was standing right next to the group while the discussion was happening, and she kicked it off by saying, I can't afford it.
Right.
I have no reason to lie.
Keith was very firm about the price of boxing them in, the cost of the materials, the cost of the labour, and the time factor.
So did nobody say, nobody decided to step in and say, hey, Yvonne actually did this morning? Because I went to every level.
Well,
Nobody said anything?
I've been talking about this problem for 3 days. I'm over it.
Yeah. And obviously Susie's gone into this meet without being notified about what discussions I'd had in relation to the pipes being boxed in. Everyone had agreed to box them in.
As I'm saying, everyone agreed that we're just going to paint them.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Let it go. Let it go.
What I find hard to believe is that nobody said, Yvonne did this morning, Yvonne went to all levels, that Susie had no idea that I'd done this morning. That's mind-boggling.
After a day of talking and no action, some of the rooms aren't any closer to be ready for judging on Sunday.
Tomorrow's going to be a big day. CSR boys have got to line the two wing walls if all the materials rock up.
You know, we're halfway through the final week. On the terrace, we've still got to finish off some tiling. Grate drain's got to go in, grouting's got to be done, got to get our vertical garden installed.
I just sort of fell to pieces a bit today, and it's hard work. But now looking out there, Ronnie's out there plastering, he's getting what he needs to be done. The tiles are going down tomorrow morning, so now we are back on track, and hopefully we can do the same thing in here and get the rooms ready for reveal.
Tomorrow night, Life on the Bloctagon is coming up roses.
Good morning!
As all that hard work is finally going according to plan.
So it's been an enormous journey with us trying to get this flue in.
These are so cute! Aren't they the cutest plants ever? I think that'll look beautiful when they're rendered. Love it.
Well, here we are. We're finally getting our balustrating in for all the contestants.
It's all happening at once.
But for one team, just as things are looking up, it all comes crashing back down.
I spoke to Ben. I rang him and I'm like, what's going on? We've got no chippies here. A couple of days to reveal and there is no one here. It's like...
There was just this tension in the air.
Well, there's no point having an argument with you anyway, Ben, because you're always right. I don't know what to say and I don't know what to do anymore. You don't tell me anything. There's no communication whatsoever. I'm done. I've just got to go.
Well, it's got to the point of no return now, hasn't it?
This is supposed to be one of the best experiences you guys go through, and someone's destroying that right now.
We're scared to come into our apartment.
Hey. I don't think me and Andy can do this anymore.